So today I'm going to show you guys how to change out the buttons, the joystick, and the artwork for the Mad Catz Street Fighter Cross Tekken Fight Stick Pro. As you guys know, man, I used my fight stick or my arcade stick for when I played Super Meat Boy and the Impossible game, and as you guys know from those videos, I raged hard on this fight stick. I mean, I beat these buttons up. I was pushing this joystick whichever way. But anyway, this is actually my first time trying to change out all this stuff, so by the end of this video, there's a chance nothing works, but that's fine with me. So before we open this bad boy up, first I gotta show you guys the plexiglass and the artwork. More importantly, the plexiglass itself. Artwork almost fell off, not a good look. But anyway, here's the plexiglass right here. I got it done by Art from TechInnovations.com. I will leave the link in the description. It was roughly around $17, $20 or something like that. Definitely one of them things you need if you want to add your own custom artwork. As for the artwork itself right here, I also got this done by Art from Tech Innovations, but you don't necessarily have to get this done by him. You could easily find a PSD. Actually, I will leave a link to the PSD in the description, and you could just take it to like a Kinko's or one of those type of stores, get it printed out yourself, cut out the holes yourself, save yourself a whole bunch of money, etc., 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 etc. Anyway, oh, and I also forgot to mention, I also got this custom clear dust washer right here. It's like the Death, you guys definitely won't be able to see it, but it's the Deathstroke face logo, basically. A little chibi style, kind of. It's a clear dust washer, laser etched, also done by Art. Very nice work. I will leave the link to his website in the description, like I said. But this comes later. Alright, so here's the joystick right here. Sanwa joystick, Sanwa JLF joystick. I ordered it off FocusAttack.com. We'll leave the link to that in the description as well. For me, I feel like Sanwa is the standard. Sanwa should be the only type of buttons and joystick parts people should be using. And here's the buttons itself and a little ball top, actually. The ball top itself is a Seimitsu. I hope I'm saying that right. But the buttons itself is Sanwa. It's 8 Sanwa buttons in the 30 millimeters and 2 in the 24 millimeters for the start and select button for the fight stick. But anyway, moving on. Alright, onto the fight stick itself, man. If you guys don't know how to open this up, it's pretty much like Legos in my opinion with screws. But anyway, here we go. First, you gotta take off these screws right here with a Phillips. For you guys, if you guys never open this up, it's probably going to be able to... You guys probably just be able to twist it off without unscrewing it with a Phillips or whatever. Alright, so after you guys get those 4 screws off, there's going to be 6 more screws, but I don't have them on my fight stick because I already took them off. And I stripped them by using the wrong Phillips head beat. So be very careful when you take those screws off because those do strip pretty easily. Anyway, the screw locations for those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I should mention that once you unscrew those, you will void the warranty. I'm letting you guys know right now, not like you guys probably care about the warranty at this point. But anyway, once you take those 6 screws off, this little metal panel right here comes off very easily. As you guys can see, it's right off, plops right off. You don't have to pry it out or anything like that. Alright, so once you got that metal cover off, there's going to be, I think it's 12 more screws that we have to unscrew to get this piece of the plastic off. It's basically all painted red except for 2 of them. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the 10th one is here next to the back button. And then there's 2 more screws that's hidden. Basically, through these holes... Hold on, let me try to get it for you guys. Is that showing up right? Through these holes right here, there's 2 screws right here. Through these holes right here. And then once you unscrew those, the plastic piece should come off relatively easily. Alright, so if you took out all 12 of those screws, you should be able to plop this open real quick just by, just by grabbing this right here. What is this connected to? Alright, looks like I need to get some dikes and cut that. And what I should do is probably label all these wires to what button it goes to. So that's what I'm going to do first. Actually, since all these wires are different colors to the button or whatever, what you guys should do is label all the wires to what button it goes to, etc., etc. In my case, I'm not even going to write it onto the wires. I'm just going to write it down on a piece of paper. For example, white goes to back, gray goes to start, light red goes to the blue button, dark red goes to the red button, etc., etc., etc. So I'm going to get that done real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got all the wires, which wires corresponds to which buttons, written down on a piece of paper. Did that. Got the zip ties, I cut the zip ties. So now we just plop this, and then I'm going to start pulling off these little wires for the buttons. They just come right out. It's clipped on. Well, they don't come right out, but, you know, you get the idea. Alright, so some of these clips is harder to take out than I initially thought. You're definitely going to need some pliers for this to pull them out. Then it just makes it safer so you don't accidentally rip out the actual wiring from the clip or whatever. But anyway, now that we got all these unclipped and all that good stuff, I guess the next thing we'll do is unscrew the joystick. Oh shit! See, that could have been a not a good look moment. That could have been a very not a good look moment. Let me set... Alright, let me just leave it like that. Wow. Alright, onto the joystick. 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. And once you have the 4 screws off, the joystick should just come right through the hole like so. But in this case, I completely forgot about the actual ball top. So I gotta unscrew that part. So to unscrew the ball top, right? It's gonna be actually a little tricky now that I got this kind of all disassembled. But anyway, unscrew the ball top. You gotta stick a flathead into this right here so it just grabs, and then you gotta actually unscrew the ball top. I don't know how I'm actually gonna get under there right now. I'm gonna have to work something out. How the hell? You know what? Do it like this. Obviously, I'm not doing it the most efficient way right now. There's obviously a much more efficient way. But anyway, once you do that, the ball top just unscrews. Let me get that off. This is horrible. Worst tutorial ever. Anyway, ball top's off. Now we got this laying flat. Just put that over there for now. And we'll get this like this. This is horrible. Alright, now we gotta unclip this right here. That's actually onto the joystick. But when you guys unclip it, you guys should definitely be careful because it's actually glued on there. So the best way to do this probably would be to get like a knife or something like a razor blade and just cut the glue slightly. Make sure you don't cut the metal clips or whatever, the metal endings. Yeah, that would probably definitely be the best bet. Let me go find a knife somewhere. Now, if you guys don't have a knife at hand, You could always, I'm pretty sure you could probably just heat this up as well and it'll work the same exact way. But in my case, I'm gonna go this way. Hopefully I don't cut myself and all that. I should definitely just get a razor blade or an X-Acto knife. Or just be a man and just rip it out. Or, you know what? I'm gonna take some chances. I'm about to take some chances. I'm about to just grab the pliers, snap it in at the, what is it? Snap it in at the base and just pray for the best. Where are my pliers? So disorganized. There they are. Alright. And it's as easy as that. So, alright, best way to do it. Grab some pliers. Clip it through here like so. And just pull that bitch right apart. Best way to do it. Next step. I don't even know what the next step is. Alright, for the next step for now, I guess what we'll do is just take out the start and the back buttons. Now to take out these SandWop buttons or whatever is basically clipped in there. So you just gotta find 2 clips and then just push them right out like so. And they just plop right out. Very easy. This is like a no-brainer. And that just goes shooting right out. I don't really care about that since I'm never going to be using it ever again. And then after that, you might as well just go ahead and take out all the other buttons too. Alright, now that we got all the original 30mm SandWop buttons out, they are a little hard to take out, some of them, because the way that Mad Catz did it, right? I'll give you an example right now. For example, the clips or whatever where you push it in to take the actual buttons out, they put them like right next to each other, so sometimes it's hard to get like your finger back there, so sometimes you might have to use a screwdriver or whatever, but it is easily still able to take out or whatever. Anyway, now that we got all that out, what I'm guessing is next we gotta take off the original artwork. Now I'm guessing the best way to do this would be with a heat gun, hair dryer for example. Just heat it up, get it back, get the glue residue back to like a residue form, I guess, and just peel it off if you want to save the original artwork. If you don't care about the original artwork, I guess you could just rip it right off. But I don't really care about the original artwork, but at the same time I don't want like there to be a lot of traces of that glue residue, so I'm gonna go grab a hair dryer and peel it off that way, see how that goes. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna assume that was enough time. This feels pretty hot anyway. Let me see. You know what? Start it off. Grab the knife. Why not? Alright, so basically you're gonna have to heat it up definitely a lot longer if you wanna preserve your artwork. At this point, I don't even give a damn. I no longer care about it. Oh, actually, it's coming off pretty good. Minus the fact my hands are sweaty, so it's like a little difficult. Come on, buddy. Oh, actually, it's coming off pretty damn good, actually. So definitely use a heat gun, hair dryer. Definitely one of the methods to use. Come on. My hand's just like slipping off of the artwork, basically. Damn, maybe I should have heated it up some more. Hurry up, rip off. Definitely don't care about the original artwork, in my opinion. I wasn't too fond of it from the start anyway. And almost there. And bam. Kind of saved the original artwork. Has some creases here and there, but it's still good. Alright, now that we got the original artwork off and the screws off and all that, now it's time to place our new artwork right on top. Should just fit, should just line up nice and easily, which it does. And then what you want to do is grab the plexiglass you got from art and then put it right over like so, and then screw them down with the screws that Art gave you in the mail for free. But before you put down the plexi, obviously you want to wipe down the one side that's going to be face down or whatever, because you're never going to be able to access that side again for a while anyway, until you change the artwork next time. So definitely get that clean before you put it on. Alright, now that we got the custom artwork and plexi on all screwed down nice, the only tip I could give you guys is don't screw it down real tight, man, just enough. But anyway, if you guys want to know what it says right here on the left side, it says, "Come on, Spidey, you have any idea how many books we'll sell with this? The fangirls will go ape spit for it." And then Spidey says, "Some of the boys too, I suspect." And then Deadpool says, "They call it Yowie." And then Spidey says, "Yow, actually." And then Deadpool's like, "Come on, it'll be all over before you know it." Spidey says, "This ain't happening." And then Deadpool says, "If it helps, you can pretend I'm Wolverine." And then Spidey says, "Please stop talking." Anyway, moving on, man. Now we are moving on to the Sanwa buttons. And the reason I got the clear buttons is because I plan on putting the artwork inside of the actual buttons. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that, hopefully. Alright, so to get these push buttons out or whatever, to actually put in the custom artwork, you got to get one side started, and then basically push on the other side, and then it will come right out, or at least it should. There it is, and there it is, comes right out. And then what you want to do is, I'm not really sure, let me think about this for a second. Alright, so to get the clear piece out or whatever to actually stick your artwork in, all you do is just plop it off. It comes right out. And then bam. And then you got your two pieces. Slap this back on. And grab one of your little artwork cutout buttons. Like so. I hope you guys can see this on the camera. I'm not even sure if I'm aiming it right. Put it right on top and then just push the clear button back on. But let me wipe this down beforehand, actually. So yeah, that solves that. And then you push it right back down. And then bam, there you go. And then what you do is take the push button and put it right back in the clear assembly. And then boom, there you go. Button still works, all that good stuff. And then you want to do that to all 7 of the other buttons as well. Alright, now that you guys got all the custom artwork inside of your little buttons like I do, or at least you should by now, now you guys want to push these buttons into the actual stick itself. But before you do that, obviously you want to make sure that all the artwork lines up correctly. The best way to do this is to do like a test fitting, just lay them on top of there without actually pushing them in. And then once you're confident that you have all the artwork matched up and aligned right, that's when you push them in. Alright, so we got the buttons in, start select buttons and all the buttons in. Now it's start time. Now it's about time that we start putting all this together, man. Hopefully I remember how to put all this together. So, flip this back over. Might as well add all the wires to the buttons if you guys did what I did, like so, and labeled which wires go to what. You should be in decent condition. Alright, now that we got all the buttons wired up and all that good stuff, or at least I think I got them all wired up, now it is time to install the joystick. Oh, and before I actually put this in, I forgot to show you guys. I ended up buying an octagon gate, or an octagonal gate for this new joystick. I wasn't liking the square gates. I don't like the fireball motion on them. It feels a little weird. So I thought I'd give this octagonal gate a try. Hopefully it makes a difference. Hopefully it feels a little smoother. If not, then it was only like $2. So it was, regardless, I had to try it out for $2. Anyway, to install the joystick, basically grab those 4 screws that you took off. Probably take this plastic piece off. Actually, it'll probably be easier to get the joystick in with this cover off. So get that cover off first and then get the joystick screwed up and mounted on there. Make sure you guys put it in the same way that it came off. Alright, so you got the joystick installed now, or should at least. Now it's time to actually put the ball top in, plus the little custom dust washer. If you don't have one, then your old dust washer. So obviously that's straightforward. So what you want to do is turn this over, blah, 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 blah. Dust washer goes on. Let me see, which way would this be going on? I'm just going to assume this way. Dust washer goes on. And then you just screw the ball top in and you're done. That's basically the end of that. Obviously, when you tighten it, you want to get the flathead end or whatever, and then, grab the flathead, tighten it down with that, and obviously torque it down from the end part, or the bottom end, And bam. Now at this point, your stick, oh yeah, I forgot one last thing, obviously. One of the most important things. Plug in your little wire for your actual joystick. And obviously this just goes right in like so. The 5 pins should match up. And you just push them right in and you are done. Now, at this point, your fight stick should be fully operational, good to go. Now, what I suggest is before you actually screw down everything, all the ABS plastic or whatever, I suggest you test it out right now with everything apart just the way it is. Make sure everything works good, and if it is working good, that's when you assemble it all together. Alright, so far I was able to confirm that the directional pad works. The start button and the A button works. That much I do know. And now I can confirm the back button works too. X works, Y works. Yeah, all the buttons is working. Let me see. Oh, wait. Feels kind of weird doing this standing up. Ah. But yeah, everything is working good, as you guys can see. So pretty much, that's how you change out all the parts on your fight stick. Now all you gotta do is screw in all the other screws that you didn't screw in yet because you was testing out your stick. But for the most part, this is how you change everything out or whatever. This is how you do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know that the tutorial was a little lengthy, and at the same time, there was definitely shortcuts and better, more efficient ways that could have been done, but obviously, it was my first time doing it, so yeah, man. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A lot of you guys been asking me like what kind of fight stick I use. At the same time, I wanted to show you guys the fight stick I'm currently using. I wouldn't suggest you guys buy this fight stick. For an example, it cost $100. When I bought it, it cost like $150. Right now, it's $100, but there's better fight sticks out there in my opinion. For example, within the next week, I'll have another video up on the fight stick that I think everyone should own at this point. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found this tutorial any types of helpful at all, give the video some likes. Even if you found it unhelpful, give it some likes anyway. Leave some comments, all that good stuff. Yeah, boy. Down, up, down, up.